live. Okay.
There we go.
Here we go. The video is starting.
Yes, I think we are.
Here we are. We're live. Starting everyone like that because I'm just getting excited that I can do the tech each time.
Yeah.
I'm just
saying it's fine.
I was convinced the tech would not work for me.
Yeah.
I don't have that sort of brain. Tech just does not work for me.
Yeah.
I'm better with people. With machines. Yeah, so you can see that Kirsty's with us this evening. I just want to run through a couple of bits first, just to say hi, welcome back to the stress, to Beyond the Label and our self-care summit. And we're now officially halfway through when we've done this one, because it'll be 6 books down and 6 to go. And it's halfway through the week, and so how are we all doing? Are we feeling okay? If you're watching, do just drop a comment in, say hello, tell me how you are, and what you've been up to this week. Have you been watching these the series of talks and speakers that we've had on for us, or are you just catching up today? So let me know. Drop a comment in. I'm going to be monitoring the comments as we go. So if there's any questions, I can always ask Kirsty as we go along, or we can check at the end and see if there's any there that I've missed. And afterwards as well, Kirsty's in the group anyway. So if you have any questions, if you want to get your Bodyshop stuff, let her know, and she'll be able to sort it out. But tonight we're here to talk about self-care. And I know Kirsty's got a little demonstration sorted, and then we'll have a chat after. But do keep putting those hearts and likes, thumbs up and things in Facebook, because that does help with the algorithm. It really does help for people to see us. And if you're watching on replay, please put #replay. We can then monitor who has seen and who hasn't. And just get an idea of where this is being broadcast and how far out it goes. Who does get to see these notifications. So right, I think that's it. But Kirsty is a Bodyshop consultant, and now all planning aside, I haven't got up my little list. Let me just see if it will open quickly. If it opens quickly enough, I will tell you the little bit of stuff I have about Kirsty. It's opening. It is slowly, because these computers do that, because when they know you're in a rush.
No, I can fill in the gaps, it's fine.
Just do a song and dance. Here we go. So when I asked Kirsty just to tell me a little bit about what she does and why, this is what she let me have, and it says Bodyshop helps me with pain because it's an amazing self-care techniques and relaxation tool. There are also things like our aloe cooling lotion that can help soothe sunburn and redness using the natural properties of the ingredients. I started it because I've always loved and been passionate about the products, and I wanted to make a difference to this planet and the animals, ecosystems, and the people in it. I believe that beauty and business can be a force of good, and the sustainability of the products and the community fair trade projects, as well as the other projects that we help around the world, massively make a difference. And it's such a good feeling to know that I can be part of it. That's just so lovely, isn't it? I've always been an advocate for Bodyshop, not just the product, it's the ethos behind it. And I think that's sometimes the thing with businesses, isn't it? You buy into bits of it, or you can buy into the whole thing. And their fair trade has always been a big selling point for me. So here's Kirsty. Tell us about how you love it and why. And
so thank you for having me as part of this as well. It's really lovely to get the invite. And I've always used Bodyshop. I've always been a lover of Bodyshop. For me, as well as the ethos, which I've kind of learned obviously as I've been a consultant and done the training and all that kind of thing and learned more about it. For me, it was also the fact that it's not tested on animals, and that Bodyshop is I think was the first beauty company to campaign and to push to not use products tested on animals. And as you might be able to see in the bit of the hamster cage I've got behind me, I love animals. I've always loved animals. I'm a registered veterinary nurse. I'm vegetarian. So for me, having that company, which at the time it was pretty much the only one that didn't have products tested on animals, was one of the reasons I started using them. And then I've always used them. I've always been gifted them. They've always been really good for my skin. They've always helped my skin. I've got eczema and other kind of chronic health conditions, but I have to be really careful with sometimes what I use on my skin. And the whole kind of ethos, the whole picture is very much equality, diversity, self-care, inclusivity. And I just think that skincare is a part of self-care that's sometimes quite overlooked. And it's self-care from a mental health and mental well-being aspect as well, which for me, especially during lockdown and when I was furloughed, and it was essentially the only job, if you like, that I had. It was the only thing that kind of kept me grounded and kept me in some kind of a routine. And to be able to help others and to guide them on, you know, what can help with their skincare issues and skincare questions, and to be kind of that safe place and that person that they can go to, is something that I really love, because I've been there worrying about my skin and having to try and find stuff and being bullied because of how I look, and it can have a massive toll on how you feel about yourself, which, as we know, obviously mental well-being, stress can then affect other conditions as well. So if you can get the skincare and kind of that bit at least sorted and have that time for yourself, it can really help.
Yeah, so it's from that sort of the skin care side, you know, like if you've got a rash or eczema or anything like that, that will help calm it. And so then it gives you the self-confidence, which then has the knock-on effect to the mental health and well-being.
Exactly.
Which then helps with reducing your stress and reducing other chronic pain conditions, which will then help reduce the eczema and other things from that side as well.
Exactly. So, and as much as we can't medically say yes, this is going to fix it, you know, I know from anecdotally from people that have used it, from myself, like if you are very self-conscious about blemishes and you get a lot of breakouts, you know, I can say try our tea tree range, it really helps. And it is those natural ingredients that, you know, the tea tree naturally has an anti-inflammatory kind of antibiotic type effect, and it's using those things in nature that are there anyway. And then also knowing that actually just buying one product can help somebody in, you know, in Italy or wherever, to have an income and have a pension and have access to healthcare and all those things that we take for granted, makes you feel good. And that obviously helps boost your, you know, your endorphins, all those positive things that can help with everything else. And I mean, I've got eczema, I've got asthma, I've got axial spondyloarthritis. So for me, self-care does have a massive impact on things.
Yeah. So do you want to sort of demonstrate a facial at the moment, and then we can talk a bit more after, if you like?
Yeah, definitely. So I'd love to just demonstrate. It's just quite a quick facial. It's something that you can do yourself. You can, you know, do with friends. You can have a party, and I can do it with a group of you. So I'm just going to do that very quickly and just show some of the products and how you can use them. So one of the ones that I am a little bit obsessed with these products because they are amazing.
I'm just sorry, Kirsty, I'm just going to change the screen so that people get a better view of what your products are, because you know, this is what we said earlier, isn't it? It might help for, you know, to have a full screen for this part. Okay, so I'll be quiet and let you get on.
No worries. So yeah, I am a little bit obsessed with these products. So what I always say is, if you're doing a facial, if you're doing any kind of skincare, always exfoliate first and always kind of remove that dead skin first, because if you think about dentals, if you think about kind of anything else, it's a bit like cornflakes, if you like. You want to get rid of those dried cornflakes, get rid of those dead skin cells, excuse me, because then it's going to have the most effect, which is going to be more economic. It's going to make you feel better because it's going to have more of an effect. And so if you're doing it at night, take any makeup off, which you can either use the chamomile makeup remover. There's also a butter as well, which I absolutely love. It's the only thing for me that I've found doesn't irritate my skin, doesn't irritate my sensitive skin, and works. I find a lot of the almost your cheaper makeup wipes and things, if you like, they irritate my skin, they irritate my eyes. Our eye area is very delicate, so we do have to pay a bit more self-care and a bit more attention to that area. And so these are the only range that I found works, doesn't irritate my skin. So use this is your eye makeup remover, or use the butter to remove any makeup. If you're using the butter and you've got fake eyelashes, don't use that on the fake eyelashes, use this, because it can damage the eyelashes. I don't wear them because my eyelashes are long enough as it is. And then once or twice a week, use one of the liquid peels. So I'm going to try and demonstrate this on my hand. I have done it the other day, so I'm not sure how much will come off, but you just put a little bit on your hand or on your face, but I also use it on the soles of my feet to get rid of dry skin. Works amazing, I love it. But you put a little bit on the area, rub it in circular motions, and I don't know if you can see, but those kind of white blobs is the dead skin coming off. So you want to remove all of that first before you do your facial, and then just get a face cloth or a bit of tissue or something and just wipe it off. And then what I do first is use a cleanser or a face wash cleanser. This is one of the older drops of youth. It's now the Edelweiss collection, which is basically the same thing. It's just revamped, but I've still got the old one. So this is just a foaming wash. So you just pump some of that, wash your face as normal, rinse that off. And then with the toners, so this is a seaweed toner. So this is oily combination skin. And the toner, the washes and the cleansers are effectively like your wash cycle, and your toners are a bit like your spin cycle. So it just helps to remove any remaining debris, any remaining makeup, dirt, gump that is there. And all I do, and the one thing I forgot to bring, which is cotton pads, but we do have our reusable ones, but I'll just use face cloth for now. But all you do is put a few drops on a cotton pad and then just gently dab on your face area. And as silly as it sounds, I have a fringe, so I sometimes forget that this bit still exists. So if you've got a fringe, and even if you don't, just remember to do the forehead area, and with applying makeup as well, because I have a tendency to forget it because it's covered by fringe. So do all of that area. You can then use, or I recommend then using an essence lotion, and all these do is basically then help any moisturizers, any makeup, if it's the morning routine, anything like that, absorb better into the skin. And you do them exactly the same as the toners. So you just put a little bit on the face cloth or cotton pad, and then just do the same, gently rub. And if you're doing this area, always rub it upwards. It's to do with like blood flow and things like that. And then just rub that in. Eye area, just use like an eye cream, one of the eye creams, to gently just tap the cream into the eye area, and always use the ring finger because that's the one that has the least pressure. So it's the one that's going to have the least amount of damage. And then if you're putting it in the morning and it's makeup, you can use a primer. So this is the vitamin C reviver, which does work as a primer as well, or we've got other primers. And all that does is help any makeup and things to sit on better and to kind of stay on the skin easier. And all you do is the Skin Revival one. I mean, you can either rub it in your hands and rub it on. I just put it on and rub it on like so. And then you can also, and I won't do these because they're quite, these are sort of our expert masks. So you can, if you want to, use this. If it's a nighttime, this is the hemp overnight mask. So, which is very good for dry skin. So if you get quite dry skin at night, this is a really good one to help, which obviously means you're not then waking up with sore dry skin in the morning. That's what it looks like. I really like the smell of hemp. Some people, my husband, can't stand it, but tough, if I use it, he has to put up with it. It's basically, it's what they use in rope. So if you've ever smelled rope, as in like proper made rope, then the hemp is what they use in that. That's essentially what it smells like, but this isn't as strong. So you can use those. We've also got like our rose one, our charcoal one, which is what I used this morning, which is why my skin feels really, it's been feeling lovely all day, because I use the charcoal one, which is really good for helping to draw all like the impurities and stuff out of the skin. And I did that this morning and I felt absolutely lovely the rest of the day with my skin. It's been really nice. And then you've got our serums, which again, I only use these probably once, twice a week, just to help plump the skin, firm the skin, if it's the elder rice ones. And all I do is put a little drop on my finger, and more so in the forehead area, to help prevent lines and things in the forehead area. I help plump and firm the skin, just rub that in. And then I also just use any moisturizers to finish off. So again, if it's nighttime, there are nighttime moisturizers. You can use ones like this at nighttime, it doesn't really matter, but they're more during the day, because this one like helps give the skin a bit more glow. It helps boost it, which obviously you're probably going to want in the day to go out, and then just gently rub that in. And as I say, if you want one for the eye area, use an eye moisturizer, which we do have a few, depending on, you know, whether it's shadows, whether it's lines, that kind of thing, because they are designed for that area that's a bit more delicate. And then just do this area. I always do this area as well with moisturizer, just doing it up so that it doesn't drag the skin. It's a bit like if you're stroking animals, you don't do it the way the fur doesn't go. And then you've just got like add-ons and things like our sprays and our body mists and things like that, which is just a if you want to kind of thing. So essentially it's remove any makeup, do the exfoliator once, twice a week at most, use the face wash cleanser, use the toner, pop the serum on if you want, do a mask if you want, maybe once a week maybe, and then put any moisturizers, either nighttime, daytime eye moisturizers on. And that's just a really nice little kind of self-care, refreshing exercise. For me, it really helps me feel refreshed. It helps me calm down at the end of the day. It helps me wind down at the end of the day. I say my skin gets really hot and bothered and stuff sometimes, so it helps calm all of that. I say I did a little bit this morning of self-care, a little bit of a mask, and my skin felt absolutely lovely the rest of the day. I felt less self-conscious because I'm not worrying about, have I got the blackhead that's been there for the last week? That's boosting my mood. And it's just a really nice little exercise. As I say, you can do it with friends. You can invite me on a event with you or on a party with you, and I can talk you all through it and talk through some of the products, answer any questions. And it's just really nice. And it's really nice to gift these for people as well. And it all helps people around the world to earn a living and to have those access to things. And that's why I do it. And I don't know if you can see, you kind of can, but that's the hand that I did use the liquid peel on, and that's the one that I didn't. So you can see this one is more refreshed, smoother, lighter. That's the one I didn't. But those are literally, if you've got really dry skin on your feet and you get really sore and you get really frustrated with it, and it's one of those things that is a massive bugbear, use a liquid peel on your feet. You will be amazed. I love them. I've had nothing but good reviews. People love them. They're like, oh my God, I didn't realize it was that dead skin. And it's just really gentle way of removing it for anyone that's got sensitive skin as well. But anyway, I'll stop rambling. But that is just a very quick, basic facial.
I'm going to come and join you again. Oh, wow. Thank you, Kirsty.
That's all right.
I'm not someone that does a lot of skin, I have a small routine. I'll take my makeup off, and I tend to have a moisturizer, and I have an eye cream, and I've used serums in the past. I've always I don't know, because I don't wear a lot of makeup, and I've always just done the same thing. So it's really interesting to know all the different products and what they can do. So if anybody's got any questions, do ask them. I know that Kayla has made a comment. She loves your Kirby in the background.
That's my sister. She's had it for years and didn't want it, so she gave it to me, and I was obsessed with the video game when I was younger, so
yeah, you can't have it, Kayla.
No. Sadly not. Skincare, yes. The Kirby, no.
So the things that I picked up from what you were saying, the reusable pads, I still buy cotton pads and always feel bad about keep buying cotton, because someone's got to go pick that.
And it's not as good for the environment, and it's little stuff like that people can change that don't cost a fortune, that can really help. And for me, it is one of my forms of self-care, because it makes me feel good. It makes me pleased that I can help somebody else with the community fair trade, but also that I can gift you those products and send them to people, and help people and show you just how amazing they are. It's a massive form of self-care for me.
But if someone wanted to buy something like the reusable pads, what are we looking at? Is it a pack, or is it one that you then wash? And
literally, I had one that I'm going to send somebody, but it's packaged up. But it's literally, I think it's a little pack. I think it's about £9, which seems a lot, but then you get, I think somebody said you can get like 100 washes out of them or something stupid, and you've got one for each day basically, so you can literally use them for a week or use them a couple of times and just keep rewashing them. And it comes with a really nice little like mesh bags. You can put them all in there and wash them, reuse them, and they're really soft. And it's just a really nice little tool.
I like the idea of that as well, because cotton pads, often you get the little bits of pill come off, and if you're doing your eyes, sometimes it can just end up on your eye, and you're like, oh, there's a fibre.
You get the residue. And for anyone that's got like sensitive skin and that, it can make it more irritated. And I've got, our eye, as I say, our eye tissue, like under our eye skin, and our eyelids, and that is sensitive anyway. It's a very delicate area. So if you're having to scrub it with cotton pads, it's just going to irritate it more, which is going to aggravate it more. So if you can use, and these reusable ones are really soft, and I say they've got really nice little bag to wash them in, and it's just little stuff like that. But I think people sometimes think that skincare and having a routine, and that has to be this really big thing, and this really, something you have to carve out like an hour of your time for, and all that kind of stuff. And if you want to do that every morning, then go crack on. Like if that's how you if that's your self-care and how you want to do that. But it can just be a quick face wash, some moisturizer, some eye cream, and some hand cream, and and then maybe a body butter in the evening or something like that. It doesn't have to be something that takes out a massive chunk of your time, or even just if you work from home and you've not got a lot of time, having a hand cream on your desk and just using that every so often can be a massive form of self-care as well.
That's the thing, isn't it? Is finding what suits you. And that's been the theme all week, is that there are lots of different ways to look after yourself, to add self-care into your day. It doesn't always have to be expensive. It doesn't have to take that long. But when you get into routines with things, they tend to just happen. And then you're doing it more regularly, you're going to feel better more of the time.
Yeah.
So I've got a question from someone that's not able to join us, but they've had like TMS, which is what we call the stress illnesses, chronic pain, stress illnesses. They, sometimes it's called TMS, tension myositis, or tension myoneural syndrome, which is basically stress causing various different issues in the body. And this client used to have tinnitus. Their tinnitus has calmed. We've done work with that, and it's come back as adult acne. Now we're going to be working on a psychological side for that. But in the meantime, are there, what products would you recommend to calm down or to help with something like adult acne? Because it's distressing, as you say.
It is, and it's unfortunately it's that stigma that some people still have of the visual side of it as well, which obviously can massively affect our mental well-being, and some people can just be downright mean about it, and it can massively affect us. But the best things that I try and say for that is the tea tree is massively something that has massively helped me with blackheads, but also from other people that have had acne and tried it and used it, they found that it does really help as well. And tea tree can be drying, it can be quite strong, but if you use it in small amounts, that can really help, because it has those anti-inflammatory properties, those natural kind of properties in there that help to get rid of that bacteria. And usually all breakouts and things like that is an excess of bacteria that's building up in the skin. So you can, I'd recommend like the tea tree products. You've got like the tea tree stick that you can apply locally on things. You've got the tea tree face wash. You've got our seaweed as well. So these ranges, because this is for oily combination skin, it can sometimes be a bit gentler than the tea tree. If your skin can't, sometimes if skin's quite sensitive, it can't take tea tree. So you can try the seaweed as well if your skin is a little bit more sensitive, because it's for oily combination skin. It can help to reduce that, kind of help with that oil, because as I say, most acne breakouts, things like that, is either because it's a build-up of bacteria, it's a build-up of oil in the skin, all of that kind of thing. So I would say either the tea tree or the seaweed, depending on how sensitive your skin is.
Okay, I will let them know, because I think if we can control some of that, it will take some of the anxiety away, and then we can work on the other stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Like finding the combination of the treatments together. So another question, if you're all right with the Bodyshop question, and then we'll talk more about how self-care fits in your life even more. But what about for dark circles under the eyes? Then you say there's different treatments, eye treatments and things.
So
suggest? You've
got like the vitamin E ones, the vitamin E cream. You've got our I use the vitamin E, which helps because it has stuff to help brighten the skin in as well. So I find that that's a massive one for kind of dark circles and things like that. But you've also got the aloe contouring one, which is it's like an iron lip contour, and because that's for sensitive skin, I use that as well, because my skin, especially in that area, is quite sensitive anyway. And I find that those two are the main ones I use that help, is the aloe and the vitamin E, just in small amounts, just sort of dab a small amount on, and that does help.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right.
And I love the hemp range.
I love it so much.
Has always had trouble with his dry skin, and the hemp face mask and the hand cream. The hand cream is brilliant. If anybody does have dry hands, especially this time of year where we're starting to get wind chapped, or we've got our hands in water, or you wash up and then you just pop put a little bit of that on,
definitely.
and it just that barrier.
Yeah, and that's the thing with dry skin. Just quickly, if I like explain kind of the little bit ins and outs of it, but with dry skin, essentially all it is if you imagine bricks and cement, essentially what happens is, so people have itchy skin. It's the same with animals, because it's the same thing, but people have itchy skin, and it starts, essentially that cement is, if you like, the bonds between the skin cells, like the kind of in between stuff between the skin cells. If that cement cracks, the water and all of the kind of other bits get in, that then breaks down the cement, it breaks down the structure, and it's just this cycle that carries on going. And for dry skin, it's the same thing. It's that bond and those irritants are getting into the skin, which is then causing irritation, which is then causing itching. That then breaks the skin more and damages the skin more, which allows more stuff to get in. So it's just this kind of cycle that carries on. So if you can tackle that, and if you can keep the skin nice and moisturized, and have that moisture content, that hydration kind of as it should be, then you're going to help with things like the dry skin and the itchiness as well.
Yeah, because I know that it always seemed like counterintuitive that if you put something on to stop getting anything else in, but it's almost like it does, it then protects them as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so how long have you been doing Bodyshop then?
I've been doing it since about end of 2019, just before lockdown, pretty much.
Yeah. So where are you in your business at the moment? Do you regularly do? Are you part-time? Do you use it as your main income?
At the moment, I do it as kind of an extra income. I do it around my full-time job, but I do it as an extra income. One day I would like to either go part-time and just have that, but I do it around my current, like my full-time job, which is something that I really like, because I can work it around the hours that I want and around the hours that I do, and then I can do any events and things at the weekends or evenings when I've got that time off.
And because you do, is it right, scented candles and things as well, or is it the melts?
So I've also got my Divine Treats, which is wax melts, burners, fudge, pillow mists, loads of stuff as well.
So they're all another way of looking after yourself as well. Just we were talking with Rebecca earlier about the smell of flowers in the room, and how aromatherapy in flowers is a really you'll be really calming, or you can use them to uplift you. It's the same with wax melts and
definitely. And I am a little bit obsessed with them. I think my husband wants to kill me for the amount of wax melts and burners that I keep acquiring from places. As well as my hoard of Bodyshop stuff. I think he's sometimes he wants to just steal it all and hide it somewhere. But it is different for some people. For some people, when we say self-care, I do believe it is everything as a whole. It's your mental well-being, your physical, your spiritual, depend on whatever level that is for you and whatever level you believe. I'm very into meditation, chakras, spirit guides, that kind of thing. And for me, if I've had a bad day, or if I've had a stressful day, whatever, I just love to shut myself in the bathroom, have a really nice bath, put some bath bombs in, put some candles on, use my Bodyshop stuff, and just have that time to just chill and get grounded and just kind of calm down from everything.
And it's that message that we give to ourselves when we do that, isn't it? Whatever it is that you end up doing, whether that is a meditation, a bath, listening to music can be self-care. It's whatever it is you do, it's the message that you give to yourself that you care about yourself enough to do this, and it's taking you to that safe place, that place where you felt threatened at work, or you feel like overwhelmed with things, stressed out. You then calm because you're allowing yourself to do something that's for you.
It's taking control of what you want, and it's the same with skincare. There is never one size fits all, and that's why I love to talk to people and give them that kind of bespoke one-to-one help and advice, because knowing that I can give that to someone and they can take those products away and actually feel better and have that impact is a massive thing for me. I mean, I've been at the point where I have been really low and things have been like rock bottom low, and it's that mental thing as well of having that support and having an outlet and somewhere to go. And if your skin or acne or whatever it is something that bothers you and is a massive thing, knowing that you've got somebody that can help and you can talk to and offer that bespoke one-to-one advice. Because I feel like sometimes the cheaper brands and the kind of other bigger brands, it is just one size fits all, and it is very much, whereas I'm not like that. I like to talk to each person individually and see what they need and what can help, what their price range is, what their budget is, all of that kind of thing. And our skin changes. It's the same as our sense of taste and our preferences. It does change, so sometimes you do need to kind of check in and see where you are with things again. And you can use different ranges. It's not this myth that you have to just stick to one thing to try and fix everything. You can mix them, you can use different ranges, because even our face has different, our T-zone can be quite dry, our forehead can be quite oily, however it is.
And that's another big message that's come through from this week, isn't it, so far, is that everybody's different. We're all on this same path, though, all wanting and needing similar things. And we're finding our way there gradually. And some people are getting there a bit more than others, but we're all finding our way to this place where we can feel okay to take care of ourselves, to look after ourselves, put ourselves first for once, because this is the thing that so many people with chronic pain and who are in business, they're usually strivers, or even if you don't have a business, you're still usually someone that has had a career or really tried hard in their job. You're someone that does a lot for other people. And that's why I think that self-care comes, like something that we don't necessarily do automatically. It becomes like something you have to consider doing and make an effort to do before it becomes a habit.
And I think it is just about getting it to become a habit. It's about, if for anyone like me who's got pets, for anyone who's, for anyone who's got kids, for anyone who's married, you wouldn't hesitate to give everything you had to your pets, to your, I've seen people that literally have nothing that will still take their pets to the vets and will still, but they won't do it for themselves, and we need to carve out that time for ourselves. We need to look after our mental well-being and talk about these things and just raise awareness that, even self-care from a mental well-being point of view isn't taboo and isn't something that needs to be a stigma anymore and needs to be not talked about in the workplace and things. And that's why it's just the sensorial side of it as well, mentally, has a massive impact on self-care.
So you've come a long way. You've had dark times. What would be the advice you gave, to your younger self? What would you tell your younger self to help, maybe?
I think looking at it now, I think for me, I'd probably say, just keep on the path you're on and don't let other people try and deter you. Don't let other people try and tell you you're not good enough or tell you that you shouldn't be doing that, because I've been there. I had that teacher at secondary school that did nothing but tell me I was never going to do it and tell me I was never going to amount to anything. And then, you know, I got an A in GCSE. It's the easiest way you can prove to yourself and prove to the doubters and the haters and the people that are always going to have something negative to say. There's always going to be somebody out there that wants to try and poo-poo stuff, if you like, is just keep going and focus on, you know, get that goal, focus on what you want to do and where you want to be, and get that vision, and, you know, vision board, however it is, just keep that focus and work towards it.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Did you have anybody like that in your life, you know, who was able to give you that advice? You know, you had the negative from the teacher, but was there anybody around, or is it been, you know, more trying to find your own way?
I think it's been a bit of both. I have found my own way with a lot of stuff, but then I've had a lot of help from my therapist, from, you know, my husband, from my friends. You know, my mum at the time said, well, show her, you know, show them that, prove them wrong, show them that you can do it, you know, don't give up and let them win, and that kind of stuff. And I say a lot of help from my therapist, and even having a therapist is something that I wish more people had, because even just as someone to talk to, it doesn't have to be you're in crisis or you've got loads of stuff going on. It can just be they're your somebody to talk to, and they're your sounding board for things. But I've had to do a lot of work myself and be quite determined myself, but I have had a lot of support from other people as well.
Yeah, and I think probably we'll find that from most people. It's a bit of a mixture, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know, it's good that we can have other people around us to help, but yeah, a lot of it does have to come from our own determination to change or to make things better for ourselves.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if you've got celebrities or people that you know have had experienced the same sort of thing and carried on going. I mean, you know, I'm very obsessed with Hugh Jackman, you know, and comics, and, you know, I saw him in concert, I think last year or so, and he said, you know, he nearly lost the role of Wolverine because they weren't seeing what they knew he had. And his wife said, you know, go out there, show him what you can do it. And he did. But even, and that is an inspiration for me, because if somebody like that can have those moments like everyone else and can nearly lose what was the biggest break of his career, then you're just, you know, you're human. We all have those points, but if you can carry on going, if you can find those moments that resonate with you and just spend some time to yourself, and then that can really help.
Yeah, it's giving yourself that opportunity again, isn't it? It's to you know, to allow yourself to have that second go at it. So is there any sort of specific tips, you know, either from Bodyshop or yourself, you know, what, you know, you think would be really useful for someone to know that perhaps you know, you can impart?
I think for me the biggest one is listen to your body and listen to what it's telling you, because 9 times out of 10 it will tell you what you need in that moment, whether that's a walk, a bath, you know, listen to music, do nothing, which is still self-care. And do what you need to do for you, because everyone is different. Some people, self-care is going out for a run. I don't run. I can't run. I do not run. It just doesn't happen. So for me, that self-care is having a nice bath, using my Bodyshop products, helping other people, doing crafts, doing my cross stitch, diamond painting, music, all of those kind of creative stuff, you know, getting my pets out and cuddling them, and you know, those kind of things. Just listen to your body and don't feel like you have to do something just because somebody else is doing it or somebody else is saying it has to be that, or you know, don't feel like you have to use a certain skin product because somebody else is doing it. You know, get in touch with me, ask the questions, see what works for you. You know, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here, is to help you find what will work for you and what will help you feel better.
So Kirsty, how would someone get in touch with you? How would they find you?
So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. My Facebook is just Kirsty Crouch. Instagram's Kirsty J Crouch. So you can DM me, follow me, contact me on there. I do have a Calendly link as well, which I can always pop in the comments. For people to just book a skincare consult if you like, but just a chat about, you know, what your problems are, what questions are, how I can help, that kind of thing. Or via my groups, which I can always put on comments as well. Either I am on Twitter and LinkedIn, but I don't use them as much, so it's either Facebook or Instagram, or my Calendly that is the best way. Or if you just want to get stuff, you can just go straight onto my website and have a look on everything there, and then always get in touch. And I can always pop those links in the comments for people.
Yeah, that would be good. I think, if we've got them there, anybody that wants anything, get in touch. If you want to know something, book a consult and have a chat. And Kirsty's in the group anyway, so even if it's not this week, in a couple of weeks' time, you suddenly think, I want to get some Christmas presents. I want to get some bath products for Christmas presents, or I'm going to get some of these health, face care stuff for presents. Get in touch with Kirsty, because she's here, and she'll be able to point you in the right direction.
And no question is, don't think that anything's too obvious to ask, or too silly or anything like that.
Thank you so much for joining us, Kirsty.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I've learned some bits as well. I didn't know about reusable pads, and I'm sort of tempted now. I'm thinking, it makes so much more sense. And it's nice. I don't like having to throw things away after one use.
Definitely.
So wasteful. So brilliant. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So tomorrow in the group, what have we got? I've got blank. Check. I think we start in the afternoon again tomorrow. I think we've got let me check. Sorry guys, I should have had this organized. I could have done this while Kirsty was doing her demonstration, but I was watching. So how could I forget? It's the lovely Claire at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Claire Nathan is the yoga teacher, and she's going to be talking to us about self-care from a yoga perspective. Then we have Pujita Patel at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, and Pujita, her business is the Success Pyramid. Excuse me. And she's a mindset coach. So she'll talk to you about success in business and making sure your self-care is on top form, so that you can get that success in business as well. So that's it from me before I have a choking fit tonight. I put the heating on for the first time, and now I'm like, I think I should have left it off. But thank you for joining us. And
you're welcome.
Good night. I've got to find the button again. I'll find it. Here we go. See you later.
Bye.
I always mess up the endings. I need to practice the endings more.
That's fine.
Endings, isn't it? I like, what do I need? There's too many buttons. Panics me. I do like them reusable things. So, and I put down as well liquid peel, because
love it. So obsessed with it.
I like the idea to brighten the skin, but like for as you say, for your feet, because my heels are terrible.
I use them for my feet. I use them for my feet and the scrubs, and it's massively helped.
I used to have pads that they used to do like a pack of like a little tub, and then little pads that you used to do your feet with. But yeah, and I used to use the what was it? Not eucalyptus. What's the it was like a peppermint foot balm.
Yeah, we've still got the peppermint stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the idea of a liquid peel. So how much are they, and like which ones are going to be best for? So my skin isn't as sensitive as it used to be, but it is still, it gets dry in some places, but I do still have the odd breakout. But so it probably is classed as combination. But
yeah, I mean, any skin that you can't definitively say it's dry skin or it's that kind of thing is usually the oily combination skin.
Yeah.
But I just use the drops of light one, which I don't think they do anymore, because we changed some of our the drops of you now elderrice, because that oh, come on, search button. Oh God, can't.
So how long would a bottle last then? Because you don't use too much each time.
No, you don't use that much. I would say a bottle of it, because it's the 100 ml size. I would say that should last you. I mean, that lasts me a good few months.
Yeah.
Because you only want to exfoliate sort of once, twice a week at most. Otherwise, you end up taking off all of the good oil.
That's it. And I suppose see, if it's once or twice, depending on how it feels.
Yeah. So yeah, once, twice a week. I'll check on my phone. Let me go and get my phone, because my phone was charging. So I was like, oh, I'll stick this on charge whilst I do that.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm going a bit mad. Stop you. Stop it. I'll get you out in a minute.
Oh, that's because it's daytime now.
So yeah, the liquid peels are, because I think we have money off on them at the moment. Where's my platform? There it is. Stop! I'll get you out in a minute.
Because it's just woke up, has he?
Yeah, she has been up for a little bit, but yeah, she's probably just woke up.
Mummy's here. Mummy's in the room. Mummy's gonna play. I was surprised that my dog didn't. I'm surprised my dog didn't keep coming to the door, because he did all day today. Every time I shut the door, he came to the door and put his head through the curtain. He was like, "Oh, you're not coming in today."
Oh no, they do have the drops of light. I wasn't sure if we still. So it's £18 for the 100 ml, but I say my bottles last me like a good few months. So when you work that out, it works out better value than buying a bottle of something.
Oh yeah, and I mean, a few quid a month, really, isn't it? If 6 months, it's not that much really when you think about. It's less than a coffee from the coffee shop.
Yeah, pretty much. And we've got the vitamin C, which will help with the glow and stuff as well.
Yeah. So is that a different one, or is that?
They're all liquid peels, but we've got the vitamin C, the elderrice, and the drops of light one. So the drops of light helps with like brightening it. The vitamin C is sort of more glow to your skin. So they are kind of similar. Oh, she's chewing a box now. She's happy. And the elderrice is like the plumping, firming type range.
So what would you recommend really for me? Because I'm over that age, and I do know that I'm getting saggier. However, I do like the idea of having a bit more of a glow. I used to use, was that vitamin C or was that carrot?
Yeah, you used to have the carrot. Yeah.
And so that used to give me a little bit more of a, not like a full-on colour, but it was just enough to look like you were awake, not half dead.
I mean, I'd say the vitamin C, if you're wanting that glow, I'd say the vitamin C, because you can always then get like your elderweiss creams and things and serums and stuff to help with the plumping side of it.
Yeah. So vitamin C, reusable cotton pads, and the hemp hand cream. Oh, the other thing you said was the eye thing. Yeah, I'm sitting here going, I would have thought I've had any of these, but you said about the eye contour thing.
Yeah, the aloe one.
The aloe contour. Is that like a stick then, or is that?
It is. Let me see if I can find it on here. Show you a picture. Actually, let me go and get. Oh no, I'll go and get mine. But it's. So it's that one. So it's like a little pump.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a aloe soothing eye and lip contour care. So yeah, because my under eyes get quite sore and that anyway.
Yeah. Well, mine are really like, you know, like I've got quite deep recess, and they get really dark. But I was told ages ago that it's because I've always wiped like that. I've probably damaged some of the blood vessels underneath there. It's made it even darker. So I usually use a cover-up stick or something in the mornings. But by later in the day, that's gone.
Yeah, that can affect it if you're putting like a lot of pressure in that, because the skin and the tissue is not meant for it, which is why they say your ring finger, because it's meant to have the least pressure on it.
Oh, okay.
That's why if you're going to damage and you use your ring finger, because it's got the least amount of pressure. But I use this, and I find that helps to soothe them, but also does give them a little bit more of a glow. And then sometimes I use the vitamin E one, but I use this one more probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love this one.
And you say it's the lip, eye and lip. So why would you need it around the lip then? Is it?
It's kind. I use it for kind of the contour, the lines, because I find if I get dry lips, which is why I sometimes use the hemp lipstick, but I find that sometimes like foods or whatever will irritate like round the outside, so I use it on there, and you can use it on the lips. It's not gonna, but I use it on like that kind of top bit there. It gets a bit sore.
Okay. Yeah, it's worth noting that you can use it other places in there as well. Okay, so this is getting an expensive night. Okay, so if I went for all those, do you want to, I mean, you can let me know later. You don't have to sit there and do that tonight, but and then there's no big rush because it is just for me, so we're on your next order. But I can let you have my details.
If you chuck it in the chat what you want, and then I'll put it on and add it up and message you.
Okay. You want me to do it here on the chat here?
Just stick it on Messenger, and I'll add it up, and then
okay. How did you find it tonight?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you so much.
No, that's okay, because you come across as I keep saying to everyone's so passionate about what they do.
Thank you.
And that's the thing, isn't it? We have to sort of if someone sits there and just says, and we've got this cream and you can do the but it's the message behind it, isn't it? It's the actually get this, and you're helping others, you're helping the people that are picking this or creating it, and the animals that aren't being tested on that or another product. And
it's if I can help other people to just feel a bit more comfortable in their skin and a bit more comfortable about going out and putting makeup on or whatever it is, then I've done my bit.
Well, I know, I don't know whether Bodyshop do anything like it, but I've got my Avon one. I used to do Avon, so it's my Avon one, and that's my lip. I never use the gloss though. So it's just like a lip stain almost.
Yeah.
But
we have got lip and cheek stains that are like, they're like a small bottle, and it's like the brushes, like the little eyeshadow brushes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's different shades, and it is a lip and cheek stain.
Yeah, because it would be like I mean, this one looks like a sort of terracotta-y colour, you know.
Yeah.
I don't like anything too red. I don't like anything too pink. You know, I have got pinks, but I tend to wear a lot of greens, blues, and browns. So
yeah,
more the browns than the pinks or the reds.
Yeah, I mean, they look quite bright, but you don't need a lot, so they don't come out that bright. But I mean, we've got pink hibiscus, I think that is, or I use the sunset orange one, but it looks really orange, but it doesn't come out, like, you don't have to use a lot, so it doesn't come out as orange. And then
so on the lips,
berry and the pomegranate one.
Yeah, see, they're a little bit more reddy, aren't they? I wonder if the sunset orange, but not, is it? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I'll show you the colour. The one I use. This is how much stuff I have. See if I can find it. Where is it? It's in here somewhere, because I used it the other day. There we are. So yeah, it's not actually, I mean, I'll show you. That's how orange it comes out, but you don't need a lot. So I just put a little dab on and then rub it in with like some concealer, like some bronzer or something.
Yeah, and then on the lips, I guess, again, you can go.
Yeah, I mean, you can always mix it with, like, put a little bit of that on and then put your normal lipstick on, or put lipstick.
Yeah, because if there's got the orange stain
on top.
That is the thing, I mean, now I don't know whether I even put any on today. I don't think I did, but if it's on there all day, again, having the stain, it seems at least I've got a bit of colour by the end of the day usually. But having the lipstick, I always end up without it after a short while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't use lipsticks that much, but I use that to help brighten with the cheeks with my bronzer and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Right, I'll do my order. I might not do that tonight, actually. I'm going to leave it on here because I think I'm going to go get a drink and actually I'm going to move the file into the lights and then go sit and try and get to bed at a reasonable time tonight.
I'll say, if you tag me when you upload it, and I'll put my links in for people as well, and then just send the thing over on Messenger and I'll add it up for you and sort that out.
Brilliant. Thank you, Kirsty.
You're welcome. Thank you, hon.
See you soon.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like and share if you've enjoyed the video.